like I said, it's legal to an extent, but you have to be so many feet in the air away from that home, a distance, kind of like from the road to the same thing in the air. There's no difference. And if you go lower than the legal requirements, I have a right to shoot your shit down. And I promise you, I have done that before. I swear to you, I have done that before. Because I have so much property I can shoot in the air, and when it falls down, it ain't gonna hit a fucking thing. Like, it's what I'm saying. You guys, you think you're smart. You think you're a bunch of shit talkers. You think you guys are doing something. Listen, when the police officer, when he showed up to my home, he was called out for the kids, quote unquote, being in danger, me, quote unquote, being in danger. The police officer himself would not go onto my property unless I gave him permission, because my gate was closed. If my gate's closed and you cross that property, even like tow truck people that repo cars, you can't enter it. That's trespassing. You can be shot if it's a stand your ground state. That's against the law. So if that gate is closed and you don't have access to that roadway, you can't come in. The police officer, because there was no warrant, you have to be invited in. CPS, if they don't have a warrant, you have to be invited in or on the property by invitation only, because you don't own that. You have no rights. Okay? So when I allowed the police officer to come onto my property, I said, yes, you're more than welcome to come over here and check some things out. No problem with that. I then gave him permission. I invited him in. It became legal. I would have no right to shoot him unless I was in danger of my life. Like if he pulled one on me, I could pull one on him. I could if there's reasonable doubt that I am actually in fear for my life and I'm not committing crimes. Okay, let's just make that clear. But he was invited in, so it becomes legal. Me? Listen. If you come on my property, it's a stand your ground state, and I feel like I'm in danger, myself or my children are in danger, I will make you fucking dance and show you what bullets look like. And don't say I won't. I've done it before. Abso-fucking-lutely have. Somebody came on my fucking property that thought that they could come on my property after I told them they couldn't be here. I gave them 5 fucking minutes to get off my damn property. That's all I said to him. I said, you got 5 motherfucking minutes to disappear from my fucking property or I'm going to make you leave. And he did not fucking listen to me. And in those 5 minutes, it was actually less. I was picking out which weapon to use. That's why I gave him 5 minutes, because I had to decide which one I was going to use. I had to, I took my time. And I said, if I use the 9, it's intimidating, but what's more intimidating than that? I really haven't used this. I really need to zero this in. I bet this is going to work. Okay, so I'm going to grab the AR. I think it's a good one. Picked it up, and I walked the fuck outside, and I said, you're still here? I said, what did I tell you? I said, I gave you an opportunity to leave on your own. You have no right to be here. You're strung out on rugs. You just did some other shit. This man was nuts. I said, I have told you you are not allowed to be on my property or be around my children or be around me. You are a danger and I don't want you here. You did not listen. I told you to leave. You did not listen. So now I'm going to make you leave. So I walked outside. I asked him what the fuck he was still doing here. He didn't believe me. And I said, do you see this? And I showed him, 556 reasons why he needed to leave. Right? And I said, do you know how to dance? And he said, sort of. I said, no. Do you know how to dance? And he said, I said, well, I'm going to make you. I'll show you. I'll teach you how to dance real quick. And guess what fucking happened? That motherfucker danced all the way down the motherfucking driveway and down the highway and never looked back. Lost his fucking pants halfway down doing it. I don't fucking play. If you are strung out on rugs and you were coming up on my property when I told you not to, and you're a piece of shit to me, and you are endangering my family, you leave. You don't come over here. I don't give a fuck who you are. I don't give a fuck if you are my best friend. Bye. If you are my mom or dad, I don't care who you are. You will not endanger my kids. And you are an endanger here to yourself. So you can't be here. Listen, I'll holler at you from the road, but we'll talk about it over there. It's a true fucking story. If you contact him, you can ask him. When I tell you I don't fucking play with people who do this shit and pull this shit, I don't think you guys realize how serious I am. But I want to make it very clear. You will not come up on here. Anybody who's threatening me. You will not come here. And you will not leave. And if you do, you won't leave the same way. Because I have a right to protect my property and my children and myself at all costs. And I use my right very nicely. But there's I do, because I was trained by somebody who was in the military, who was trained by the Navy SEAL snipers in sniper school, I know what I need to do from somebody who's been overseas and has been physically in combat situations and had to give warnings. You know what I'm saying? There's 3 different warnings that you give somebody. And I abide by those, no matter what the law says. Oh, God. Hang on. Oh, God. People are stupid. Anyway, so I'm going to have to reset because they restricted my live. Ooh. But anyway, there's military specific trained people that have been through combat. They're trained properly, okay? Trained at sniper school by the Navy fucking SEALs. They were trained that way. There's a lot of people that get trained that way in the military. You know, that doesn't just pertain to the military. Some of those military members, especially if you live in the country, you need to teach that kind of safety to other individuals, especially if they want to learn. Because if you're going to have those kind of things in your house, especially if you have kids, etc., you need to learn safety. You need to learn what is right and what is wrong. You need to learn how to do certain things and how to properly clean things and put things up. So that way you still have it, but you are not using it irresponsibly. Okay. I'll be right back, guys.